Welcome to the Kessler Law Firm podcast. I'm your host, Michael Kessler, and it's good to see you back. Today we're going to talk about Docket Call, pretrial conference. In a criminal case, once we're past arraignment, once a defendant or an accused person has entered a plea of not guilty, the case moves in the general direction toward trial. Unlike civil court, where nothing happens with an open pending case unless one party or another actually does something, a criminal case is pushed forward toward trial by the clerk of court. You can imagine that the case, after a not guilty plea has been recorded, is put in the boxcar of a train and is pushed down the tracks toward trial. Periodically, the judge to whom the case is assigned conducts a status hearing. The purpose of the status hearing is for the judge to ask both sides, the defense and the prosecution, is this case ready to be scheduled for trial? If it is, the case is set for a specific date for jury selection. If the case has been settled already or dismissed already, the judge will take it off the calendar. If one side or the other needs additional time before they can decide whether to settle or go forward to trial, then the case gets postponed. These hearings go by different names in different places. In this part of Florida, they're called docket calls. The word docket refers to the list of cases that are set in front of a judge on any particular day. At a docket call, the judge reviews every single case that's still open that's assigned to that judge's inventory of cases. As you can imagine, docket call can take the better part of a day. Sometimes it takes 2 days. In the older days, when every hair on my head was jet black and I couldn't grow a beard to save my life, docket call was a very important stage in a criminal prosecution. Prosecutors had thoroughly read their files. They brought their files to court, and it was an opportune time for the defense attorney and the prosecutor to discuss the case meaningfully. And many cases got settled right at that point. That almost never happens anymore. In this part of Florida, the prosecutors attend court, but they may or may not bring their files, and they're really just bookkeeping. They're keeping track of the next court date for every single case. If a defense attorney announces that he or she is ready for trial, the prosecutor is consulted on picking a particular court date. This can be very frustrating for a client who really doesn't understand what's going on here, because they get all excited or stressed and expect something meaningful to happen at docket call. And then they're often upset or unhappy when they see that nothing really happened except the case got moved down the road a bit. We try to help our clients avoid that kind of stress by thoroughly preparing them, letting them know what's likely to happen at the next docket call, what am I looking to do, and what's the stage of our preparation. Florida law also permits a defendant to waive his or her right to appear at docket call by signing a written waiver. We generally notify our clients and have them sign a waiver of appearance for docket call unless I'm at the point of scheduling a case for trial. If I'm doing that, then I want the client to be with me because I want to be able to take into account my client's scheduling concerns. If there's a wedding, a vacation, a surgery, or something of that nature that's coming up, well, I want to know about that so that we can avoid interfering with that when we're setting a court date. This is one more reason why it pays to stay in close contact with your lawyer. Communication is a two-way street, and Some of my clients stay in close contact with me, and some I hardly ever hear from. I mean, that's okay. I tell every client, this is your case. This is not my case. I'm helping you with your case. But the more I communicate with a client, the more comfortable the client is as we work our way through the process. I hope this has been meaningful for you. It's good to be back in the saddle doing podcasts again. I hope you've enjoyed this one. And if you would like to subscribe, then you can find us on YouTube or any other streaming service. Or you can reach us at 772-466-4900. This is Michael Kessler, over and out.